يا أمة الإسلام بشرى لن يطول بك الهوان قد لاح فجرك باسما فلترقبي ذاك الزمان.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. I pray that your Ramadan is going well. Before I continue to the dream of today, please do remember to subscribe to my channel. If you have already subscribed, then please do turn on the bell, so that way the bell notification, so that way you'll get an email whenever I post a new video. Like this video, leave a comment please, even if it's to say thank you, because it helps YouTube show it to more people, and share this content if you benefit from it. Today's dream is about a family from Toronto, Canada, whom I know, and they have a daughter, an adult daughter, whose name is Aisha. And Aisha, some years back, was quite sick. For many years she was sick. She was in and out of hospital, and to the point where several times her family thought that this is it, she is going to die, or we are going to lose her. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He cured her, He healed her, and she's still alive and she's doing very well, alhamdulillah. I contacted Aisha's mother, and she sent me this message, she sent me this dream that she had about Aisha before she was born. My husband and I were living in rented accommodation with two of my husband's siblings. Both of us were students. We already had a son, Abdullah, and I had been very, very ill after he was born. We didn't have much financially, although we were about to buy a very basic rundown house for all of us to live in. So we were not thinking of having any more children at that time. And then the dreams began, always the same. A little girl in a green dress with curly hair. Mummy, I want to be born. Please, Mummy, I want to be born. I am a good girl. Please, Mummy, I want to be born. The dreams drove me to distraction. I said to my husband, right time or not, we have to have a baby. There is a little girl who wants to be born. And so it was, I fell pregnant. I knew all along it was going to be a girl. I would not entertain any thought otherwise. And Aisha came into our lives. And then she goes on and talks about the difficulties when Aisha grew into an adult and she became sick for several years. The thing is, with everything that happened over the years, and many very hard tests and trials were to come, Aisha could never say, well, I never asked to be born. And I could always feel, when I felt such a total failure as a mother, that this child had chosen me, had been destined for me, had spoken to me, and had asked to come into this world from the realm beyond this realm. So those dreams, they sustained me through some of the worst days. 3 lessons from this dream. The first one is, one of Allah's names is Ar-Razzaq. He is the provider. And that means that Allah provides from places and sources that we could never have imagined. Marriage and children, they bring risk, they bring sustenance. In many cultures, people delay marriage or they delay having children because they think that how are they going to financially support this wife or their children, or they're not in a position to be able to get married or to have children. And that's actually incorrect. I mean, there's 2 extremes to that, because the one extreme is, okay, a guy, he's broke, he's got no money, he's got no income, and he wants to get married and he intends to live off benefits because Allah will provide. That's wrong. And also, on the other hand, is, I'm not ready to get married yet because I don't own a house, and I haven't completed my whatever in my career, for example, or I haven't done this deal, or I don't own a house, or I don't own a car. They have a number of things that they put into their minds, and they keep on delaying it until perhaps they reach the age of 40 and they're unable to get married after that. There was one brother that I know, and 3 days before his second daughter was born, he lost his job. Now, he didn't want to worry his wife, so what he would do, he would get dressed in the morning and he would leave his house. He'd take a packed lunch and he would leave his house in the morning at the normal time that he left for work. But instead of going to work, he would just go and sit in an internet cafe, or he would just sit in a cafe and he would look for jobs. Within 2 weeks, he found a job that was even better than the one that he had lost. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, when He wants to bring a child into this world, when He wants to bring a soul into this world, He will provide for that child. He will provide sustenance for that child. And in this particular case, that brother had to lose his job in order to provide for that baby, because he could not have got another well-paid job if he had not lost his current job. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He makes ways and He makes means when He brings a child into the world. So putting aside people that are unable to get married, and if you are unable to get married and you want to get married, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, may He help you get married, and may He make things easy for you. We're talking about choice, where people are able to get married and for some reason or choice of their own, they prefer to delay it for some of these reasons. Likewise, when it comes to having children, if you are unable to have children, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless you with children. This is for those people who are able to have children, but due to some of these reasons, they delay having a child. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, when He brings a soul into this world, then He will provide for it. The second reflection from the life of Aisha is, look how special the life of this young woman was. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala showed her to her parents in repeated dreams. She saw these repeatedly. And it's like Allah was showing her parents a picture of her whole life or what was to come, so that one day they would need that dream to help them and to give them hope, because they were at points where they had almost lost hope and they thought that she's going to die, we're going to lose her. But in those moments they remembered, but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala brought her into this world, and He brought her into this world for a purpose, for a reason, so maybe everything is going to be okay. And think of how special her life was, because today, us here in 2025, we're sharing lessons. I'm sharing her story with you. You don't even know her. I mean, I know this young lady, but you're listening to stories and you're listening to lessons about her life. And all of us are listening to lessons about her life decades after this dream happened. So a series of dreams that her mother saw, and decades later we are all benefiting from it, and people that don't even know her are benefiting from this. And the third lesson, or the third reflection from this dream, is dreams, they often come true, but we don't know the timings when they will come true. And sometimes a dream will come true decades after you have it. Like the dream of Yusuf alayhi salam. In Surah Yusuf, when Yusuf alayhi salam, when he saw the sun and the moon and 11 stars bowing towards him, and his father said, don't tell your brothers this dream because they might plot against you. That dream did not come true. Decades later, maybe some 40 years later, that dream came true, and then he was lost, he was thrown into the well, then he was thrown into slavery, then he spent years in prison, and then he came out, he became a minister. And after all of that, eventually his parents, they came, and when his parents, they saw him, and his family, his parents and his 11 brothers, they bowed down in prostration to him. And on that day he said to his dad that, Dad, this is the dream, this is that dream that I had when I was a young boy. So dreams, they come true, and sometimes it can be that they come true decades after you have that dream. If you benefited from this dream, from the lessons of this dream, please do share this content, please like it, please leave a comment, and subscribe to my channel and turn on the notifications. Inshallah, I hope to see you for the next episode. or the next stream tomorrow, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
يا أمة الإسلام بشرى لن يطول بك الهوان قد لاح فجرك باسما فلترقبي ذاك الزمان. يا أمة الإسلام بشرى لن يطول بك الهوان قد لاح فجرك باسما فلترقبي ذاك